wake up smoking cigarettes. That was a habit that I learned over time. I didn't wake up being nice to people. It's a habit I learned over time. You don't wake up, I'm going to read my Bible today. You build that habit over time. Every day, you have to continue to strive to get to the next level. And to do that, you always have to be continuously doing the same thing that's productive and positive. It is time for people to stop playing checkers when we're people out here playing chess. At the end of the day, when you meet me, you should meet me. You shouldn't meet my representative. You shouldn't meet somebody I think you want me to be. Be you, because at the end of the day, it's gonna come out. The real you gonna come out. If you crazy, it's gonna come out. You can only act sane so long before it comes out. Whatever you are, your character will come out. You know, and if you want a positive relationship, a healthy relationship, then you need to start building positive, healthy characteristics now. Don't wait till I want to make me a white man or a white woman. For what? Because you're not going to be ready. You're not going to be mentally ready. You're not, you know, and God don't always take you out of situations that you to put yourself in. Sometimes He makes you adapt to the situations you put yourself in. Until you've learned the lessons, or until He decided He wants to do whatever He's going to do with you. So what you have to do is understand you have to grow spiritually. And this is another thing that kills me. You cannot have a healthy relationship without having God in it. God has to be your foundation, first and foremost. Stop thinking, okay, because we talk about church, or, you know, I don't want to go because they so-called hypocrites, whatever the case may be. If you ain't got God in your life, you got God in your relationship, you might well walk away now. Because you're going to be miserable. It may seem like it's all nice and sweet now. It's not going to stay that way, because you're not, sooner or later, you're going to go through something. And you won't have the basic fundamental tools of dealing with that something. You won't understand, how do I deal with overcoming my mate not supplying all of my needs? How do I deal with my mate not satisfying me emotionally, sexually, whatever the case may be? How do I deal with that? You won't understand that, so you're going to go seek outside sources to replace what your mate should be giving you to begin with, because you lack the communication skills to deal with it, because you don't have God in your life to help you to converge that situation.
But what is important about that, the fact that you should have God in your life, a lot of people are afraid to talk to God. He is mighty, He is big, but He's not so big that He will not listen to you. You're His child just like your father. There's a lot of things you would tell your father or your natural mother, but you can tell God anything. God placed us here, He wanted us to be fruitful and multiply, to have a mate. That's why He created Adam and Eve, because He knew that real man, needed a real woman. So that's why He created her for him. So they were a perfect match. He created Eve from Adam's rib. So Eve was Adam. So then you should pray for a mate, whether you're a man or a woman, that knows you. Not knows you like your best friend or your sister knows you, but knows you in that spiritual way. Because when you meet the person that is really meant for you, you can complete each other's sentences. Your thoughts are the same. You will do things about, I was going to do that. It may seem silly, but it's true. That's because you are one.
You understand each other.
You understand each other. You should, if you want him to be tall, dark, and handsome, tell God you want to be tall, dark, and handsome. He will send you a tall, dark, and handsome mate. However, when you're praying to God,
be careful.
You have to be careful what you pray, because He will give you exactly what you ask for. And then you'll say, well, God, I wanted him to be smart, but see, you didn't ask for him to be smart.
You asked for tall, dark, and handsome.
Well, Lord, I wanted him to go to work, but you didn't ask for a man that worked. You just asked for tall, dark, and handsome. You have to be specific. Case in point with the Proverbs 31 woman. She was already the thing that she needed to be in order to be this virtual woman. The second part of this question also says, one thing you must know is she will not have all those characteristics when a man meets her. Yes, she will. That goes back to women teaching their children. Whether you are a single mother, or if you're a mother with a father, teach your daughters how to be women. dressing up and putting on makeup and doing your hair, that is making you pretty on the outside to attract a man, but not teaching her how to be a woman like the Proverbs 31 woman. The heart of her husband safely trusts her. That means that when he leaves the house, he knows that the good condition it was in when he left, it's going to be the same. And not just that the fact that the house is clean and the children have had their food, but the spirit of the house, that no confusion has gone on. You hadn't gone out in the street and started arguing with the ex-girlfriend, and now she's coming throwing eggs at the door. He can trust safely in his heart to know that when I come back home, everything's going to be just as good as it was when I left. Not to say that problems arise, but it's still going to be good. Things are still going to be okay.
We know how to conduct ourselves during those problems. There's no reason why any God-fearing woman should be in the street arguing with anyone. I'm sorry, God-fearing woman, God-fearing man, why are you arguing? I have a belief that I teach my kids. If it does not give you any spiritual growth or any money, and necessarily in that order, if you're not getting closer to God or putting any money in your pocket for your family, then there's no need in us debating, arguing, fussing, or what.
And the scripture says that she plants a vineyard. She plants a vineyard. A vineyard is what it sounds like. She's gone out and she's planted a vineyard. It says olives, but she's planted an olive. She has planted an olive. Where did she get the money to buy the land to plant the vineyard? She got it from making these clothes. Okay. It says that she sells fine linen to the merchants. So she went out and worked. She made some fine linen. She sold it to the merchants, and then she took that money and went and planted a vineyard for her family so they could be prosperous. Just as a man is supposed to provide for his family, a woman is supposed to provide for her family too. In this day and age, men and women, mothers and fathers have to work, because that's the type of world we live in. Both of us have to have jobs in order for our families to survive. Do not, women of God, be afraid to go out and work. Don't sit at home and think, well, I'm a wife, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and this is my job. No. You sit at home all day, and then your husband come home, and the house is not clean, and all this stuff. Well, this is what he wants. No. He may tell you that, but deep down inside, he does not want you to stay at home all day. He would prefer you to go out and work so you can help him make the family a success. So that may not necessarily be true.
Help me stands it all. I need you to help. Being out here applying for help. The biggest thing I see with especially young people today is that they have this misconception that I'm gonna have me as much fun now because I'm young. Mother told me all my life growing up, you're gonna work hard now and play hard later, or you're gonna play hard now and work hard later. But you're gonna work hard one way or the other. It's time to teach these young girls it's better to date someone who has the drive and potential to make it and be a successful individual than this guy who is so